So I
They
was
they challenged me. Just you don't do that.
now for the folks at home that may not know, uh, we've had some interlockings in the past, but like I always like to joke because this is the fastest and kind of easiest way to put it. And I'm obviously going to be oversimplifying things, but I'm a former Catholic that now preaches at a non-denominational church that's theology is pretty close to Baptist. Don't get me wrong, there's differences, but it's pretty close. Like it's in the same solar system, if you will. And you came from a Baptist tradition, but like a mainline Baptist
Grew up
tradition,
Baptist, yeah. Yep.
and you have now become a very devout Catholic.
Yeah, I don't know about very devout. I mean, I hate to put that label on myself. That's a lot of pressure.
I,
I am Catholic, though. Yeah,
how about a well-read and learned
I,
Catholic?
I try to. I try to be. Yeah,
Okay, because that is one that I would put on you because like devout that's that's between you and God. It's
sure.
kind of hard to say, but
I mean, I did take 4 years of Greek in college because that's part of my conversion process. So
you know well, now I'm curious, how much of that have you still retained?
well, I retained enough for it to be useful, which is to say, I don't know any Greek at all, really. But I could read sentences, transliterate them. I know what all the origins are. Basically, I know enough to be a pretty good SAT coach, if I
Okay.
had to be. But I could never just like pick up like a Greek text and just read it. Like I would have to basically have tools in front of me in order to make it happen. But these are tools that I wouldn't be able to easily use if I hadn't taken 4 years of Greek. So, I consider it useful, but I would never say that I speak Greek or that I know Greek.
Yeah.
I would never say that.
Yeah, like and now thankfully in our modern like online technical era, like it's actually not that hard to like if you're just zeroing in on one word, you can get a pretty
Mhm.
good translation of
Yeah.
it from the original Greek.
Yeah.
But even that, like I remember my first sermon talked about a lot from Second Timothy talked about the word theopneustos, which
Hmm. Hmm.
God breathed.
Right.
And so, what exactly does that mean? And it's the only time it ever appeared in the New Testament. And to me, that means like, yes, Scripture is God breathed. Okay, there's something that sets it apart from
Yeah. I
other
mean, when I
written
think of that word, I especially think of, the soul, right? Because the soul is actually the same word as as breath. So that's actually the case in Hebrew as well, I think.
Ooh.
And so, yeah. So when you say that somebody like is following the spirit of the law as opposed to the letter of the law,
Mm-hmm.
uh, you could almost translate that if it was in Greek to the breath of the law or whatever, because we think of the soul as the thing that exits the body when you die. Ancients observed that when people die, they would exhale one last breath, and that would be the soul leaving the body. And of course,
Okay.
I look at that poetically, but still, like there's something rather beautiful about that way of looking at the soul.